Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Daggers back with another video today going over Raid Shadow Legends. This was interesting. I'm just going to kind of jump into what's on the screen right here. There's a 1 hour free gear removal as a reward from Cursed City. It's the first time I've seen that. I'm actually on hard mode trying to clear a few stages to get my advanced quest, which I was luckily able to do. Normal mode, pretty much don't have the champs to clear any of these bosses, so I'm pretty much hard stuck. And luckily, I'm able to clear a few stages in hard mode to get my advanced quest rewards done. So, the other thing that I kind of wanted to talk about was the progress on this Ishiyama fusion. That's the main topic of the video today. So, looking at where we're at, I was not sure I was going to be able to accomplish this basically like 6-7 weeks in when this started. But we are looking really good. We're at 70 fragments, and we have a few more to collect to see where we're at. So I think we're going to be set up really good and probably able to skip a few events if we need to. I already skipped one of the gear enhancement events, but I have a little surprise here on the champion training tournament. We were first place. We nailed first place. I put in a lot of work, a lot of energy to rank up champs, drop some skill books, and we are claiming those extra 10 fragments and some really good relentless gear, hopefully. So that's exciting, right? I didn't think that was possible, right? Watching all the content creators when they were talking about this fusion, talking about the availability of the fragments, I was stressing. They're like, you're not going to be able to win those fragments. And probably in a later game account, you wouldn't, right? I'm level, what am I, level 55. So I'm not getting put in these crazy brackets. Let's see what else we got here. Third place in the spider tournament, so that's not bad. And then the soul chase. I got knocked out at the end. I wasn't gonna pull any. I only pulled the smallest ones to see what I could get, because no one really had any points in the beginning of this, and so I was up in third place looking at this epic skill tome, and that's what I was really trying to shoot for. But I'll take a little bit more relentless gear. That is not an issue there at all. So where are we at right now? We now have 80 fragments for Ishiyama. We have a Dungeon Divers event that is currently ongoing, that by finishing the Dragon Tournament, I'm going to finish this. So there's 5, and then there's 5 more from the Dragon Tournament. So that puts me at 90, or the Fire Knight Tournament. I plan to do this, although I was debating on skipping it. So 85 there. Classic Arena is going to be pretty easy, so that puts me at 90. Champ Chase Tournament. That's the one I'm not so sure of, but I want to pull my Void Shards. It's a 2x Void, so I have time on this Fire Knight tournament, and I have a little bit of time on this Dungeon Divers event. I'm going to wait and see what the summon or the Champion Chase tournament looks like for rewards and points. See what I could reasonably expect if I got decent epic rates on. I think I have 15 voids. So yeah, I don't have any sacreds now. I pulled those earlier for the pulling event. I have 4 primals. I don't plan to pull those. I got the 15 voids. That's what I'm planning to pull during the champion chase for the most part. If I have to pull the ancients, I will. We pulled that last bundle again just to get enough points to get us up on the summoning rush. That's what it's called. So I'm looking really pretty good here. I think it's pretty much in the bag that I'm going to get Ishiyama. And that 5-star soul is tempting, but I don't want to drop a bunch of cash. So I need to see what my bracket's going to look like. I need to see who I'm going to be put up against. If it's similar to that champ training bracket, like, I really only dropped the books at the end to make sure I had a really good cushion before I went to bed. But I had that in the bag like the whole time. So I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about Ishiyama. So I think he's going to be a big help. For the rest of it, Taragi the Frog up to level 60 now. That was a big change. Pulled him recently. And then Morag Bronzelock So got her 6-star as well. Got her booked out. She's been a big help in the Fire Knight so far. The issue I'm having in Fire Knight right now, pushing above 16, is that Armiger is dying and Fenshi is dying. And those are the two that I'm relying on for my turn control until I can get back around to Geomancer. So Geomancer doesn't do a ton of damage in this fight for me, but he's mainly there to steal the boss's turn meter and keep the Fire Knight from taking any actions. He does some damage if the boss gets turns, but for the most part, he's there for turn control. So I kind of I'm working towards the Arbiter missions, trying to plan ahead. That's why I haven't 6-starred Taragi or Morag, because I know I'm going to need to 6-star ascend a champion of every affinity for the missions, which is really pushing me towards Fenshi potentially being my next level 60. And I don't know that I even really need to book him, but I might. So this goes down to a 2-turn cooldown, and that would be insane for the higher levels to not have to build a ton of speed, right? So I think I made a mistake by ascending him because this unlocked, and I don't really need this right now in just the Fire Knight, and I would have had a better chance of my books landing here. Anyway, so Fenshi's a debate for my next level 60 to help me in Fire Knight. He's got that 3-turn with decreased speed, which is huge. Multiple hits to break the shield. As soon as the shield's broken, he's putting the decreased speed like almost 100% of the time. And then the turn meter decrease, right? And if we can get this down to a 2-turn cooldown, man. So one other thing, kind of forgot about it, but I want to show you how my book luck went. So earlier in this account, my book luck was terrible. I had to do all of Taragi's. Like, I filled out the A1 like first. It was completely full. Geomancer, not too bad, but again, had to put 4 books into the A1. You'll see similar things as you go through. A lot of bad luck. But look at Supreme Gaelic. I dropped 4 books into Supreme Gaelic, and all 4 of them went to the A3 to increase the debuff chance, get it down to a 3-turn cooldown, and I just backed out. I was like, okay, I'm kind of done for right now, right? This would be great on a 3-turn cooldown, but it's not game changing. It's not critical to his, kit, at least where I'm using him, where I want to use him for that block debuffs and Hydra, other places, AoE damage. It's awesome. So getting this on a 3-turn cooldown with 4 books, none of them going into the A1 or the A2, I felt like I hit a legendary right there with that luck. So that's kind of the main account update. We did, I guess we can show real quick clan boss because we still have the Chimera results from last week. So normal. I died a little early on this one, and it was really late at night, so I didn't rerun it. I could get higher than that. When the Viper form changed, my Elva had her cleanse on cooldown, and it caused my team to wipe. But I was over the max points to get the max chest, so I just let it ride. And then here on easy, we had 45 million on easy, and we went the full 65 rounds using that team. So I feel like that's pretty good for just my second month. And then where we're at in clan boss is I got a little lucky today, and I have exactly the right amount to key this, I'm pretty sure. So that was pretty lucky. Normally I've been more around like the 16, 17 million, but both of my runs today were almost 20 million. So that's feeling pretty good. If I can get to 2 key in Nightmare pretty consistently, yeah, I'm going to feel pretty good about that. Ultra Nightmare, I've not run any keys into recently because looking at the rewards for like the lower tier, they were pretty similar to these ones. I'm not sure about the drop rates, of course, but I think I'm going to start working, at least testing a couple of Ultra Nightmare runs. I don't think my gear is good enough to really push into Ultra Nightmare at this point. So Two keying Nightmare, I feel pretty good about at this point. Hydra's still not very good, but I've not run it yet with Taragi, so I'm hoping that Taragi the Frog, with the Provoke and Ally Protection, I'm hoping will help out a good bit in Hydra this run. But that's kind of the account update. I wanted to share that amazing luck with Supreme Galax books. Wanted to give an update on the Ishiyama progress. First fusion, I was pretty nervous the first week. Feeling really good about this one. I'm glad that it was a fragment fusion, honestly, because I don't think I would have had the resources to rank up a bunch of rares or a bunch of epics and ascend them all. So this for me was the perfect opportunity to kind of jump in and do my first fusion and make sure that I was understanding the cadence of events and kind of how to manage my progress, speed it up and slow it down at different times throughout. And there have been a lot of great content creators out there. I'm sure you guys know them that have, I've been learning from watching their guides whenever the fusion came out on how they would approach it and how to double dip and triple dip, etc. So been utilizing that as much as I can. Of course, really limited. I can't always farm these dungeons with solo champs or 2 champs. A lot of times I got to bring a full team of 5 in if I want to get 5 or 6 star gear. So I focus on getting the gear, dumping a bit more energy into it, and then champ training kind of separately for the most part. But that's pretty much the account progress. I'll come back to you the next time something interesting happens or when we're able to get Ishiyama. Honestly, it's when we pull the... Wait, we have a shard. When does this expire? 1 day and 9 hours. Okay, I'm saving that. Okay, we're saving that. We're pulling that with the... we're pulling that with the voids. This is going to be interesting. So, peace out, guys. Have a good one.